Waiting calmly for them to slip it in.
Hey podcast listener, you're listening to the Semi-Pro Cycling Podcast, the weekly podcast where we discuss all the issues that cyclists talk about. Whether you're out training, commuting, or just riding around, sit down and listen in, because we're about to begin.
I got something to say, man.
Yo, welcome to episode 1 of the Semi-Pro Cycling Podcast, where we believe that only a cyclist knows the pain of a compromised commitment line. If you stick around to the end of the show, I'll fill you in on the quote from the opening show and let you know what slipped in where. The podcast is on iTunes. You can subscribe by going to semiprocycling.com and clicking on the link. Thanks. Let's get straight into the nuts and bolts. I want to use the first episode to talk about the show and why I'm starting a podcast. I'm starting this podcast because I'm worried that cycling media will soon be old hacks and amateurs. We're starting to get some traction in Australia. Cycling's starting to blow up in the mainstream, but it's moving over to mainstream media that is absolutely killing coverage. If we're bringing footballers on for coverage, we've got no idea what cyclists want. There's got to be a better way, and this is why I'm here. I want to talk about real cycling issues that real riders talk about. I want to extend the bunch chitter-chatter. I want to bring people together. I also believe podcasts are the best way to do this. They're the best way to get information, entertainment while you're out riding. So some of it was going to be racing, some of it's going to be tech, some of it's going to be just riding pub trucks. It's all going to be about things that cyclists care about. It's going to be every Tuesday at 8 a.m. The Semi-Pro Cycling Podcast is going to present insights into urban cycling, pro cycling, mountain biking, cycling technology and equipment. I aim to inform, entertain and unite every cyclist on the planet, and I'm starting with a podcast. If you have any feedback, just hit semiprocycling.com. There's a feedback form there. I would love to do a show on a topic that you're interested in. Let's get to the tour coverage and the other big news of the show. We've got a new scandal from Lance, new drug charges that have come up. I'm not going to say my opinion on Lance yet. I think he is in a lot of trouble. Everything seems to be pointing towards an uphill battle for him. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays it. He's already sent his lawyer's letter out. We're going to find out exactly what he's done. It's going to all unfold. It's going to be interesting. People want blood. People want to see him go down. I'm undecided. Brunel, he's wrapped up in it. He's pulled out of the tour, which is funny because one of his favourite brothers has also pulled out of the tour, that's been an interesting story of the year. A bit of public scandal between Brunel and the Schleck brothers, but I'm going to really miss the Praying Mantis this year. His gloriously awkward salutes over the line. They're such an enthralling way to watch him win a bike race. It's fucking amazing. I don't know how he stays on the bike, but I am going to miss him. It would have been a good fight to throw him in with Wiggins and Evans. So now it's just a two-horse race. Wiggins, dead set favourite. Cadell, I don't think has ever been a favourite. Well, the year that he bombed it. He's coming in now. Wiggins, can he do it? It'll be a big coup for England if he can do it, especially in the year of the Olympics. It's going to be interesting. I'm going for Cadell, but that's just me. Bushhoft is out with the virus. BMC, quality buy. What a bummer for Cadell. But he's used to his team falling down around him, so I don't think it's going to be a big issue. While we're on the tour, I want to talk about a few months back when I started thinking about the tour, and I always start getting excited, around May when it starts to get a little colder or whatever. Things start going around in my head, and here at Semi-Pro Cycling, we're going to offer something different here for the Australian fans of the tour. Before we get to that, have a listen to these and see if they get you excited.
The professional riders competing in the tour race on bikes.
What more could be nicer than that than a bunch of men with shaved legs going past? Absolutely perfect.
Well, that's the most important thing, Phil.
I have to be honest with you, I lost excitement because the thought of another year of those three killed it. The three just don't do it for me anymore, and it's not even that they got the same quotes year after year. It's more that they never stepped up and commentated for the real cyclist, the rider that has experience and knows what they're talking about already. They just keep rehashing the same stuff over and over again, which is good if you're just coming into the tour for the first 2 years, but I've been watching this tour for 20 years, so I'm taking a stance, and I'm calling for them to move on. I'm trying not to hate on them. They've had a good run. I've listened to them for the past 20 years. But if you're listening, Phil, Paul or Mike, I'm going to take it from here. Yes, that's right. It's a little crazy. I don't believe I'm better than them, but I believe I can create a fun, interactive show that uses modern technology to offer live commentary on some of the stages of this year's tour. I got an audio and text-based show, so you still need your TV to see the coverage, but I see it addressing the issues of loneliness and boredom. The instant feedback will hopefully link everybody together that's sitting there alone, in the cold, in Australia, in the dark, watching the race alone. We can hopefully chat over Twitter. You can find some Twitter feeds at semiprocycling.com with all the teams, the riders, and all the hashtags of all the chatter that's already happening. The hype is building up. It's a bummer to sit there on your own and not be able to share big moments with other people. So I'm trying to bring everyone together. I'm also trying to fill the gap when it's downtime. So I love cycling, but sometimes I find it hard to stay focused. So with digital technology, I plan on filling in time with some of the best YouTube clips, articles. We can all read them and hang out together. The first broadcast is on July 11 at 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Check out semiprocycling.com for more details. I'm really looking forward to hanging out with a whole bunch of riders and just having some fun. Let's get to that quote. Have you guessed it? It's an easy one, of course. It's good old Phil. And the rider was slipping a wheel in, you dirty bugger. Till next time, get on your bike. Enjoy the pain cave or the hurt box, whichever one you're into. The first broadcast is on July 11 at 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Visit semiprocycling.com and click on the link to the Tour de France for all the action.